If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100 and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of 3.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NIPCO. This is On the Block.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It is On the Block. Welcome in to the full show. The crossover you know and love. Now for 2 hours starting at 3 o'clock. I'm Austin Norman. To my left, Jay Foreman. To his left, Eric Strickland. This is still On the Block. That's what we're still calling it.
That's
Same
a
lineup,
fact.
New lineup, but even better somehow. I don't know how they thought they could improve on us, Strick, but here they go giving us Jay Foreman.
Hey, listen, Jay likes to hang out on the block too. You know, he don't do what we do, smoke a stogie, but he'll drink a brew.
Know.
He'll drink a brew on the block.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, I'll smoke some weed. All right.
Welcome to the show, Jay. Officially, thanks for being here. Glad to have you,
man. We welcome, man. We glad to have you, man.
Hey,
For
look,
real,
man.
man.
I'm glad that I could ride on your guys' coattails, man.
Cap.
Ain't that true?
Hey, man, I just
Don't make me start this early throwing the hat in the air.
I know
the
I already know. Listen,
the Montgomery Flyer.
I already know what you was doing, man. As soon as AD got traded, I said, "Here goes Strick." LeBron out with his family, and you know he didn't know. Here goes Strick.
You see the memes?
Yeah, the looks.
The
if
memes,
you ever look,
looks,
if
walking in the hall and LeBron running by.
Yeah. I honestly believe this time he didn't, and here's why I don't is because I was listening to BJ Armstrong. You played against BJ.
Yeah.
He's an agent now, pretty powerful agent. He said this type of deal, the fact that when it was done, he's like, this is an ownership deal. This is an owner. This isn't an owner calling down to old buddy from Dallas in Pelinka, vice versa, and said, get this deal done. I don't care what it does. So it must have been some. I mean, you know more than this.
Well,
we will get into this trade more.
Yeah, Mark isn't the head now.
That's at 3.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it at 3. But the thing
What's
to think about.
Well, what time is it?
We'll get into this at 4.
You said 3. You said 3.
I meant 4 o'clock. I know I said 3.
Didn't he say
I mean, hour 2?
He forgets
I intended hour 2. I
that
said
hour
3.
2
That's
now
on me.
is
That's on me.
at 4 o'clock. He the timetable's got him all kerfluffled.
The winds of
Is that a good word to use for that? Kerfluffled?
We're going.
Don't use that word that Steve Taylor used.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Remember that word when Bach was hit the dump button? Where is the dump button?
Right down here. Arms reach.
Did you ever see when Bach hit the dump button?
No, I missed
when Steve
that
came
one.
with that word and he used had a swear word and the Bach just said like this.
Just real quick, like
Yeah.
He had to dump me one time.
I did.
And somebody got me, and we ain't gonna talk about it because I know you be playing the
That's
tape
the 4th member of our
all
show.
over the place. But somebody got me, and as of now, there's nobody that could ever send me nothing on the love because I'm not doing it for you. I just know that.
Fair enough.
It was funny.
It was funny though. It was funny. I ain't
but
gonna
it was
lie.
the lead up that was best, and because he got you, but he acted like he wasn't God. He was God too for a little while.
I was not God.
Yes, you were.
I was not God. We'll play the tape later. We need to thank Nebco right now.
Yeah.
They sponsor the show. Nebco and Constructors are hiring for all positions. They've got immediate job openings for mechanics, laborers, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. You can join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Laborers start at $23 and up per hour based on experience. You can visit nebcoinc.com or constructorslincoln.com to learn more. Y'all already going off on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. Cubsker, Thunder Knock, Collins, Bill, and Bennett. What is up? Thanks for joining us here at this new time. 3 to 5 for On the Block. We're looking forward to it. Same great content, plus 1J Foreman in the middle. Let's just dive right into it, guys. Husker Hoops' 2nd win in a row against a ranked opponent. This was a big one for Nebraska on the road against an unfamiliar opponent. Stricky, what is Rico doing over my shoulder?
It's WS T-Birds.
I almost had to get dumped off the fence, but we're gonna leave it alone. Go ahead, man. Talk to me.
77-71. Nebraska takes down Oregon. And for my money, that's the biggest and maybe the best win of the year. They get in late with plane issues, weird body clock time, unfamiliar opponent, and they only trail after the opening dunk from Oregon. What a pretty darn complete performance by Nebraska to lead basically wire to wire, get their 2nd win over a top 25 team in a row, their 4th ranked win of the year. I'm not saying Nebraska ball's back, but what a 2-game stretch for the Huskers.
Get him, Jay.
I think anytime that you right the wrong after a little bit of a skid, so 6 in basketball, 1 or 2 in football, it seems like the world is ending. And you listen to certain people, you think it's that, but I think dealing with adversity and overcoming a huge obstacle in Illinois goes a lot farther than just that in the present time. And then when you're able to go and deal with some more adversity, which is out of your control, and obviously, just blessed to be where you need to be, obviously, with the events that, prior, you get in late. And then, what I think it also, at least from my experience of the traveling issues, and Strick probably can hopefully, back me up here. Sometimes it can, it doesn't allow you to think about what the negative. It just allows you just to focus on a game. Because say you were supposed to get in at 8 and you get in at midnight or whatever, and okay, I got to get hydrated, I got to rest, I got to get up and get breakfast. I don't know if they were able to have a shoot around or a walkthrough. We're at the game. You're not even able to kind of call your parents or call your girlfriend or whatever and say, man, we were 4 hours late. So I think sometimes it works out well when you're dealing with, uncontrollable adversity. But more importantly, I think the little that that I know about this team, that they were able to bounce back. And maybe it's the lineup change, but I think they played a little bit with a little bit more edge. I'm gonna tell you what, Oregon, they were physical, dog.
Oh, Bamba?
Yeah.
Playing basketball like a linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's his game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way he deboed Raleigh that one time, that was an offensive foul. He went old school Charles Oakley.
Got Bryce with it too.
Anthony Mason type.
Mm-hmm.
And they were long.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they brought 21 off the bench, who they said there was normally a 3-point shooter, and he yammed on you.
Mm-hmm.
And playing somebody unfamiliar is not just a disadvantage for you; it's an advantage for Nebraska as well. They don't know you as well.
Yeah.
And Nebraska played well, but they didn't shoot it well, so that allows you to give you more confidence. I think if you can take little bits and pieces out of growth in this situation, and then obviously get back, rest, celebrate on the plane, immediately back to work. You got a big one come Thursday.
Well, to be honest, Austin, it was different. Before I get into the numbers of the differentials that we always talk about here on the block, it was different than the Illinois game. The Illinois game was ugly. That was one of the ones where you just say, win ugly. I don't care what.
At all costs.
Just win ugly. And you heard that in the presser. And that was what happened. We just got to get a win. It don't matter how it looks. We just got to get a win. Because as Jay just alluded to, they had great looks in this game. This game could have actually been a double-digit win going out the door. They got great looks. They missed them, right? But one thing that I saw that was uniquely different from the Illinois game to this one was the body language. When stuff wasn't going right, the body language didn't reflect it. Their edge, their defensive intensity, a lot of that thing stayed consistent throughout the night. The rotations, everything was very crisp. It was even some parts of knowing the difference between attacking the double and knowing when to get out. Like all that stuff was working for them that night.
That's something I noticed too, Strick, is that it was probably the best defensive game Nebraska's played in terms of rotations, communication, switches since Creighton or UCLA. I mean, it'd been that long since we saw that level, I think, connectivity from Nebraska. Oregon does end up with 11 offensive rebounds, but 3 of them were on one possession, and they didn't score on them. You take those 3 out, Nebraska wins the offensive rebounding battle. I thought Nebraska was pretty well locked
all
in
the way
from
around,
start to finish.
Yeah.
And you could tell that carried over to offense, right? Because they had some pep in their step. Fred Hoiberg has said they're not good taking the ball out of the net. And I think this team finally learned the last couple nights that what that looks like on offense is it starts on defense. They actually look like they believe that they have to be connected and talking on defense, in rotation, in communication. And that'll actually help the offense, even though we talk about the defense.
Jay, check this out. So one of the things that I even want to just throw your way is you look at a team that you can tell, like before we even knew that had discussions of what was going on internally, we were in here talking about it because I've just been there. You've been in teams where there's been some internal strives or different things, whether it be professionally or like, I could see it. Like I knew it. I talked about it here and I said, there's something going on internally and it's schism. I called it schism. And
what is schism?
Schism's kind of just like a fray where there's it's not a connection. It's frayed. It's not able to come together. It's just kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
So for me, Jay, when I looked at that and I looked at the first win, I could tell that they were just going hard and they cared. When you clear the air on stuff, you have this this sense of care again. And so they played that way, even though it wasn't synced. The schism wasn't all the way worked out, but you could tell they were fighting for the same
common
thing.
Cause, yeah.
Come on. Now you're feeling me.
Yeah.
So this game, you could tell there was some synchronicity. Like we like each other again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we cool again.
Yeah, they friends the dad and a whole bunch of brothers.
Right.
I mean, you ain't gonna like all your family the whole time until you clear the air. I mean, it is a family structure. It is a relationship with the sport and your teammates. And I've been on teams like that, man. I mean, in football and when I played basketball, is just sometimes, and I've been it when I've used to coach basketball. Is where it's like something has to change. It could be getting your butt kicked, like okay, actually
6 times in a row,
right? Actually, or like too bad. All right, the coach is actually right. Let's stop fighting it and doing our own way. Or it could be.
And you deal with that as a parent.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Same thing.
It's the same
It's
thing.
the same thing.
It takes a little while for sometimes to get your attention. And this is also what people don't understand. Even like, look at UConn, right? They've been dominant the last 2 years. Not much has changed. Yes, they've lost talent, to the NBA and stuff and big guys, right? But not a lot. They still are very talented. They're just something a little bit different. Now, some guys haven't been able to been successful in those type of pressure situations. But there's something internally where you see some of the huddles where Coach Hurley saying, listen, we decided to let X player get downhill and he is doing what to us. This is us. Whereas like 2 years ago, it has nothing to do with talent. It's all about connectivity. And so I can remember one time in Buffalo, man, it's you lose 2 games in the NFL. You got reporters talking about, well, we need a new coach. We need new players. Quarterback needs to be benched. Everybody loves the backup quarterback. And I remember Wade Phillips, he talked and then he left. It was a kind of quote unquote players only meeting. And Thurman Thomas talked to us because he's very direct. And you would think Bruce Smith would say something. And I think it was probably told Bruce, we don't need to hear you're saying because Bruce like, hey,
yeah,
I'm doing my thing. Everybody need to come on. Kevin Williams got up there from the old Dallas Cowboys. Remember he was a kick returner. And he pretty much, and he had a ton of respect. He's like, listen, everything was sweet earlier, but that's because we was winning. Everybody needs to check themselves. And man, I'm talking about he went down position group to position group to himself. He's like, we need to do more. He's like, we need to be with each other more. And he's like, you know what? It's been less and less guys going up to Big Tree Inn. We used to go hang out to Big Tree, which is literally right there, right? Eat wings, have a couple brewskis, fellowship. He's like, I better see all you guys there tonight unless it's a family emergency. And then it was something like that. For a guy that's not your star player, call guys to the carpet, kind of like maybe Sam Horberg bringing the guys to say, hey, I'm your tempo. I scored 2 points, but I had a huge effect on the game. And
that consistency can make, because he doesn't have near the talent that any of you do. He doesn't have near the athletic ability, but he is a fighter.
But he's got one talent that a lot of guys, everybody wish they had. He's got heart, and he plays hard, and he's tough. He's accountable. He might make the right decision all the time. So he has actually, when you look at the talent scale, playing hard, toughness, and all that, that's starting to creep up that scale to number one. Now, like not number one, but maybe close 2 and 3. So that's why he's able to be in there, because they know exactly when
you get it.
If you roll that ball out there right now, and then O Street, you know who's going to be there.
Sam.
And he doesn't make the same mistake twice.
That's a fact.
And so, I think it's, it's good for him. And now that, I would say like now is like, all right, you did it twice. Now you showed your butt. Now you got to do it again.
That part. I mean, Nebraska does have, I believe, 4 more quad 1 games in their next 5. Not one of those teams is ranked, but they're still going to be great opportunities for the Huskers. A couple other guys that stood out in this game alongside Sam Hoiberg, right? He played 37 minutes matching Jackson Shellstad, who I thought was a much better matchup for Sam Hoiberg than some guys he's seen recently. Get Bryce Williams, 28 points on 10 of 18. He's your Big Ten player of the week after scoring 27.5 points per game over the last 2. Juwan Gary, I think these last 2 games has found his role, his niche, being much more confident driving and finishing at the rim. Good free throw performance from Juwan as well. He went 10 of 12. The other guy that I want to give some credit to came off the bench in another new look starting lineup for Nebraska. It was Hoiberg, Williams, Gary, Boyuk-Dengel, and Morgan in the starting lineup. I thought Raleigh Wooster was key for Nebraska in this one. I mean, he goes 4 for 4 from the floor and 3 of 4 at the free throw line. But Jay, you mentioned their length from Oregon, right? Or maybe their press, right? Nebraska, I thought, did a really good job handling it early. Got a little relaxed, a little cautious at the U4, gave some turnovers, got Oregon back in it. And then in the second half, aside from one turnover with like 2.5 minutes to go, I thought Nebraska handled the press really well. And I think a big part of that was Raleigh Wooster, right? When he needed to make the right pass, he made the right pass. When he needed to beat it with the dribble, he said, I think that was the one he set up Bryce Williams for the layup on. I thought Rolly Wooster was really good last night.
Let me go a little bit deeper real quick. The reason why I liked what they did, especially in the second half, Jay and Austin, is because they stayed aggressive. Mm-hmm. There's a tendency when you get the kind of leads that they were having to just try to slow the thing down. But what I saw that they hadn't been doing, but I've always talked about and felt that they need to do, I felt three things. One, they executed better than I'd seen them execute in their offense in a long time, meaning they set screens, they read off of it, they curled, they got downhill. This is where you had all
the
all
Williams
of that
Morgan pick and roll was almost
it was twerking. It was twerking. So that. Second, you looked at their situation where when you get those type of leads and when people start to creep back at you, you get tight and tentative. I didn't see that in Nebraska. I saw that in Oregon.
Yeah.
Like I saw some of those jumpers, coming back cool, but then all of a sudden stuff started to get tight.
Yeah.
But they rebounded, they secured the ball, and they stayed aggressive because you saw them run secondary transition stuff.
Yeah.
24 fast break points.
Right?
Yeah, that's off the press.
There you go.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, I think the pressure when they start to get you. I think the biggest mindset that I remember when I back in the day played basketball for my man Walt West from Brooklyn, New York. Walt, rest in peace, my man. He was hard on us. He's like, listen, when you go against a team that's actually pretty decent against the press, you will give up a couple layups. But he's like, you just got to execute, patience, and he used to call it superior aggressiveness. Meaning, if you get a 3-on-2, you got to jam it down their face because every time you beat the press and score quickly, he's like it's equivalent of a score and a half. And what he meant was now they are in transition defense. Now they got to get back to offense, and you're actually on defense. So then, therefore, you control the tempo. So I think the biggest thing for Nebraska is that I think you saw a little bit back when Derek Walker was here and also Rink last year. When teams made runs against them, they actually settled down. And you talked about they went into Williams and Morgan pick and roll, and it seems with cash money every time. Listen, if you got Bryce Williams when he come down the lane, jam on you, on the sneak, I'm telling you when him and when his mind is right like that, aggressive, controlled, aggressive, and savvy, and he's trying to go down the lane and yam on you, you in some trouble. Yeah, because everybody feeds off of that because they know he's in tune. Even when a couple times he got double teamed, I think, and they kind of pickpocketed out his hands, cool, calm, and collective. You knew it wasn't going to happen again. Also, then you got Burke was able to handle the ball as well. Yeah. And if you got a big man that can handle the ball and athletically against another big man, I think it also lessens their ability to press.
They've just got to figure out a way, Austin, and then jump in here before we finish the segment. But they've got to get him going.
Burke?
Yeah, man. If they're going to have any shot, they're going to need him to really start at least being more efficient in whatever he does, whether it's attacking the rim, whether it's shooting those wide open, because he's got some good looks. I could fix what his issue is by just going in there and having a conversation because I know he's just holding the ball too long. So he's shooting on the way down. It's giving very much inconsistency. He needs to shoot on the way up. I could help fix that, but nonetheless, they got to get him going, man, because I think he's going to be an integral part as to opening back up that paint, that lane, and allowing guys to work within it, especially Juwan now getting downhill and turning corners and stuff like that.
I'm still a little confused on Berke's role, to be completely honest. That's a guy that I don't know if they know what they have in him quite yet, so I'm curious to see how they continue to use him through the rest of this year, but I think especially into the offseason. With a few minutes left here in this segment, I want to hit the text line here, brought to you by Starter Heyman Jewelers. It's 402-464-5685. Cubsker says, man, I thought for sure Nebraska would start hanging its heads after a couple of those wide open threes didn't fall. They didn't, and they took a couple of those looks, but turned them into mid-range twos, sank them, and looked really good last night. The Asian three when Nebraska was up 18-12, I thought that was going to kickstart an Oregon run, but then from there, it was a 14-5 Nebraska run to get that lead out to the 15-point advantage that would be Nebraska's largest. 0278 says, my biggest takeaway, they made free throws when it mattered. That's kind of been the difference, right? When you think back to Rutgers and USC, Nebraska wasn't making those plays in those moments and was missing their free throws. But Strick, I think that's a big part of growth, right? Is that this is an older team, not a finished product, right? That still had plenty of lessons to learn. You know, we'll see if the lessons stick. But after Rutgers and USC, I openly questioned whether this team was able to pull it together in crunch time, whether they had the dudes or even just the mental fortitude to do it. Props to them for learning their lesson and finding a way to close out some of these games recently.
And to do it against pretty tough teams that are tough, going on the road. Now here's the thing. We talked about how it's a team like Nebraska and what's going on in the Big Ten right now. There's such a hodgepodge, a clumping in the middle of the conference. So a run of any kind, one way or the other, a run in the win column, a run in the loss column, can either put you out the mix or get you in the mix. And so this was a key element. We knew that this stretch was going to be a tough one, but right now they're winning in the stretch, because you're talking about, if they just take care of business, that's going to tell you the test. What they do at Washington going to tell you a lot about their mental acuity and their focus. Because if you go in there, you win that one, now you come home, you give yourselves a chance to really make a good run on the other way and get back in the mix of things.
Let's ask this one, and then we'll take our first break of the show, talk some Husker football headlines. We'll start with Jay. Virginia Pirate says, for the rest of the way, who do you think are the guys that can step up and provide some scoring for Nebraska ball? Gary and Williams combined for 50. That's great, but Nebraska won't be able to bank on that game in, game out. So, Jay, Nebraska's third leading scorer the rest of the way needs to be who?
I think it's a 300 monster between Morgan, Osijin, and probably Raleigh. I think like one of those guys consistently has to step up, which should be easier, because now if you can count on the big two, one of you three, you got to play efficiently.
And it could depend on the matchup.
Depending on the matchup or in the circumstances. Yeah. I think if Osijin can get going 1 or 2 threes a game, I think that opens up everything for everybody else.
Tricky.
I like Jay's commentary on that one. I think it's not necessarily one specific person. I think it has to be a collective of whatever, because it can be Hoiberg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't want to limit it to anyone, but I understand what he was saying. He's saying it has to be multifaceted. It can't just be one group. I don't think it's one person, because then I don't care if it's Burkett 1 game or 2 games. I don't care who it is. Just give me somebody, depending on what the looks are, what the looks they get. Knock those looks down when they're presented to you, and it might be your night.
77-71, Nebraska takes down Oregon's second-ranked win in a row for the Huskers. And the good news didn't stop there. Some commits for the Huskers. New special teams coordinator's been hired. We'll get into all that and more when we get back to On the Block.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience, to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of 3.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and up.
Staying healthy and comfortable starts with the air you breathe. If you're noticing more dust, odors, or allergies, it could be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Pure Air starts with cleaner air ducts. Pair with enhanced filtration and purifications options, and the difference is amazing. When the air you breathe is clean and fresh, your home smells fresher and your family is healthier. Time for cleaner air in your home? Call Bryant for a free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy. Falling temperatures throughout the day, a high near 41. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, below near 20. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and a light breeze, a high near 35. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretexcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to On the Block on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here during On the Block. Austin Orman, Jay Foreman, and Eric Strickland, the new trio here in the house from 3 to 5 weekdays. This segment brought to you by our friends over at Heartland of Nebraska Windows. They offer a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty on everything while still keeping their prices affordable. They're locally owned, based out of Hallam, Nebraska, and family owned with their own team of installers. Give them a call today for more info at 402-430-3852, or you can visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Lots to get into for Husker football over the weekend. Matt Rule addressed the media on Saturday. Let's start with something he couldn't talk about, though. Jay, Nebraska gets an offensive lineman commit, Rocco Spindler from Notre Dame. What do you like about that addition for the Huskers?
Well, I mean, just from a football perspective, I don't know what the equivalent would be in basketball, but, linemen now and guys with experience and toughness, and I'm just going off, Notre Dame puts out linemen left and right. I mean, Quentin Nelson is my favorite dude. He's a crazy dude. So they're a premium, and they come with a big price tag because they are so valuable. Why are they valuable? Because they're protecting actually probably the face of the program, which is the quarterback position. Mm-hmm. And you're getting somebody at, according to, what I'm reading here, he started 20 some odd games.
23 in a row,
only giving up 2 sacks, which is phenomenal. and he's coming off a national championship run in a national championship culture. So I think it's a good pickup. And it's anytime that you can protect inside out is obviously very good.
Yeah.
Another pickup, Stricky, special teams coordinator. Nebraska's bringing one of their own back home in Mike Eckler. Took the Huskers a while to get to a special teams coordinator, but they did it.
Well, again, if you can just put a patch, or you could just put something to cover the hole, the weakness initially, I can understand that's what they were trying to do, right? They're trying to make sure that finances and monetary things go towards probably players. And if you don't have to hire a special teams guy, you can kind of get away with that. I can understand why they probably brought in McGuire initially, and till you figure out, we can't just put this patch on here. We really got to put that flex seal on it. You know what I mean? You got a nail in the tire, and you just think you can just keep on riding, and you got to keep going to putting that air in it to keep, go to
the tire shop.
The tire shop, pull the nail out.
A1 Automotive.
You know what I'm saying? A1 Automotive, and take care of that business. So I think that's what we see with what they're doing. Now, what I love about it, Jay, also, I love that they're actually doing things that they're hearing or seeing, and they're taking that into account, understanding that we've got to be better in these special teams. So we've really got to go out and, there's a saying, scared money don't make money. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put, you can go to Vegas and you can be there all day and put the little, $20 chip down, or $25 chip down, or $5 chip down. But all of a sudden, if you ain't scared, you might walk out of there with 1,000, or you might walk out with 200 or broke. It just depends on how you want to play the game. It seems to me that Nebraska's starting to figure out how to play the game. This is why I love what I'm seeing. They understand that they need to protect that young man, Raiola. They need to protect him. They're going and getting guys, And like you said, it's tough out here. It's hard out here for, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get them linemen. It's hard out there.
It's hard. I mean, look, when you're a good lineman, you're going to have, unlike normal, like back when I was coming out, everybody cared about the linemen, but it's like, are you just a big dude?
Yeah.
But now I think with the decline in coaching in linemen, from Pee Wee leagues up to high school, college, when you find good ones are available, and with experience, because it's a win now, you got to be able to mix those guys in. And because I think also when you have a guy like Rocco coming in, it doesn't hurt your development of some of the guys like Briggs and all that, because he's 1 year. But I think what they can learn from watching and in coexisting with him will actually speed it up, and actually will ideally make Coach Donnie's job easier, because you have a plug and play leadership to go with the other guys. I think the biggest thing that I like from Nebraska is, like you said, addressing some of the weaknesses or things that they need to get better at. But then also, that you got a year-to-year basis. You lose a lot of playing time, productivity from Ty, Nash, Isaac, Tommy Hill, all those guys. So you got to replenish that. But then also you got to make sure that you put the right pieces in place, potentially around Dylan, and then allow him to progress, not one step ahead, but 2 or 3 steps ahead. And then, and the reason why you do that is because even though Matt Rule wasn't here, I think that one of the biggest things that didn't happen during Adrian was the plethora of talent around him didn't continue to grow to actually force him to grow. Then that forces the coaching staff to say, you know what, I can't just call RPO on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 5 and expect him to make chicken salad out of what. We got to get you to play quarterback. I think now you're seeing some of the reasons why that we're doing so well. And then with Coach Eckler, I know Coach Eck a little bit. I remember him as a player, obviously. But I think the good thing with him is he's an energetic dude. He's passionate about coaching, period, because he coached linebackers here, and he did a really good job here, and he'll do a great job here at special teams, and he can help on recruiting just because of his personality.
It does sound like he's not going to be an off-campus recruiter this year, but maybe next year he moves into that
and that's
role.
fine, because it allows him just to kind of focus. But once kids get here, they're going to gravitate towards him. And I think when being such a good recruiter, here's how it helps you as a coach. Now, everybody thinks you just go into Eric Strickland's living room and sell him on Nebraska. It's actually the hardest the best recruiting job you have to do it's two. One, or the outside, right? But the biggest recruiting job that you have to do as a coach every year, every day, every week, every month, every day, every hour is re-recruiting the guys
that's already there.
because you're re-recruiting those guys based on something that they might read on some stupid website, and that's not even true, or new competition comes in, so you have to re-recruit them and get them reinvested in understanding that just because we're bringing in competition doesn't mean that we don't like you the same that we did last week. And I need you, we need you, I need you, you need you to do your best job, because come Saturdays, that's all that matters. We're working for a bigger thing. So the re-recruiting and more you have of those guys, both on staff and off staff guys around your team, will allow you to retain players, grow players, and then you won't have to go and dibble in the portal as much, because you'll be able to have guys ready in the wings to take over.
Speaking of recruiting, we got a question from Bill and Bennett here on the text line. He says, what do all of you think about the possibility of no spring football game this year? Matt Rule was asked about that. Obviously, that is a big piece of recruiting, is getting some recruits out to that game. Here's Matt Rule's about 2-minute answer on why he's thinking no spring game for the Huskers this year.
Said the other day that April 26th, there will be something here. Are you able to say at this point whether or not there will be any form of scrimmage that day?
Yeah, I don't know that yet, but I'll be honest with you, I highly doubt it. And I think it's really fundamentally, I hate to say it like this, it's really because, last year we're one of the more televised, we were one of the more televised spring games, and I dealt with a lot of people offering our players a lot of opportunities after that. So to go out and bring in a bunch of new players and then showcase them for all the other schools to watch, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. The word tampering doesn't exist anymore. It's just absolute free, open, common market. And so I don't necessarily want to open up to the outside world. I don't want these guys all being able to watch our guys and say, wow, he looks like a pretty good player. Let's go get him. So, but I don't know yet. I don't know anything. I thought it was important that, we at least started to broach that subject of it not being televised. Yet at the same time, I do want to show off our players in some way. So what exactly it'll be yet? I have not worried about anything other than recruiting right now, both the portal and into the 26 class. So now I have to kind of turn my attention to all those things.
Does roster size and injuries play a factor into that as well?
Well, I think injuries are a factor, but we're still going to scrimmage in the spring. We're still going to tackle in the spring, but last spring game was really unfortunate, right? We lost D Bell, who we thought was probably going to be one of our best receivers, to a non-contact injury on the turf, and then, or a semi-contact, I guess. And then Bly Hill, who we thought was going to be our starting corner, and then those guys never quite came around. And so, when you have 150, there's some attrition, and, when you have 105 and guys are being compensated now, and you're putting money behind some people, it's a whole other set of parameters. Yet at the same time, you have to get good. And honestly, to me, it's about protecting the roster and protecting through that portal period. So we'll see. It's I hear all kinds of things about they might change this portal period, that portal period. So I think I have to just be really flexible right now.
Jay, we'll start with you. Your reaction to hearing that quote from Matt Rule.
I guess the only thing is not having the game. I'm sure something will happen. I think this is a byproduct of college football and the constant, it's not even tampering. It's just full-fledged, hey, we'll take anybody and everybody if we like them. We'll take your players. It's just wild, wild west. And so he wants to protect his roster and protect his players because he's invested in them and obviously wants to have the best team, possible. So I don't mind it. Obviously, look, I participated. I got my career started in the spring game. I won my starting job, which parlayed me into being a 4-year starter, into going into the NFL 8-9 years. I understand it, but also didn't operate in it. It was never on TV. And our offense was so unique. It doesn't matter who was up there. You ain't gonna be able to replicate it because you don't got Lawrence Phillips and Tommy Frazier coming at you with the pipeline. So it doesn't matter what you're doing up there. So I do understand it. And I also think as this thing starts to kind of form into a mini NFL, I do think spring ball or the number of practices in the offseason could be spread out. So I don't even mind it. I hate it for the fans, but I also think Nebraska, Matt Rule and Troy Dannon and all those guys over there, they understand how big Nebraska football is. They're not just going to have April 20. I can't speak for them, so I'm just assuming April 26th or somewhere around there. They're just going to go, hey, send out a text or whatever and say, yeah, we just had our last practice. They're going to do something.
What that is, we don't know.
Yeah, what it is, when or what it is, it doesn't know, or nobody knows, and they're just, like you said, he's just working through it. And I think the biggest thing that you could do right now is, like he said, get good. 1 through 105. 105. I know they got a little bit more.
126 right now.
126. So 1 through wherever you're at.
And 20 million.
That's coming. But the 1 through 26.
Yeah.
It doesn't whether it's from Dylan all the way down to whoever 126 is, your best NIL, your best deal is to be the best you can be. And at this point, when you're 6-6, you can't be comfortable. You got to be inspired, because when you're comfortable, you can think that you're 10-2 and you're actually 6-6. And so you got to operate and think like we're doing the things like we're 10-2, but you got to put forth the effort. And part of that is making sacrifices and being coached hard by each other, and then eventually your coaches.
Hey, before we go to break, man, don't act like y'all listening on here ain't had a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and y'all been down O Street down the road, you done came into the spot, and all of a sudden someone tried to holler at your girl, that they hit your girl with the wink down the bar. That's what NIL is like today.
Hey, Austin.
We had no idea where that was going. We had no
going.
idea.
I was like, where
Where
the hell
is
he
he going?
I was looking at him, I was like, what's Strick talking about? Okay, I got it. Okay. There's a method to your madness.
There's a method
Right.
to my man. We got to take you around the block. Had to take you around the block.
Yeah. We went around the block. We there with you, though.
Go ahead, man. I'm done.
Is there anything more you had to add on NIL being the wink down the bar?
Y'all know somebody else.
Strick. So let's ask you this. So when that happens, what's your reaction? Did you bring it in?
Listen.
Little squeeze.
My thing is, if you can pull my honey dip, she was never my dip to be. I hit you with the.
That's an old school player.
I hit you with the. Gotcha.
Don't gotcha, but gotcha.
And guess what? I look down the
bar.
See, because I know your dad. The first advice, I know that's your dad. The other one, that's tricky.
Straight tricky.
Big shout out to Matt Strickland, man.
Hey, speaking of looking down the bar, you can hang out with us on Super Bowl Sunday at Buffalo Wings and Rings in 6 days. We got some Super Bowl squares to give away. We'll give away 2 this hour. We'll give away 1 closer to the end of the show. You'll want to be ready to text in on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line when we get back to On the Block.
The new On the Block.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy. Falling temperatures throughout the day, a high near 41. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, below near 20. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and a light breeze, a high near 35. Meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
What's your radon level at home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating, 467-1111 for radon testing and mitigation.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Now back to On the Block on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in to On the Block. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland, and Jay Foreman. Again, the three-man crew with you 3 to 5 weekdays here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. On Sunday, we are out at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O Streets here in Lincoln, and we'll have prizes to give away all show long. Got one trivia question for you this hour. We'll give 2 squares away. We'll give another square or 2 away in hour 2 of the show. But text line, here's what we need from you. We need your full name, first and last name, and a correct answer, one of the 2 correct answers to this question. First person in with either correct answer will get a Super Bowl square, and these questions will certainly help us set the stage for where we're going in hour 2 of the show. All right, who are the 2 players in NBA history with 10,000 points, 3,000 rebounds, and 3,000 assists at age 25? That's the question. 3? There's 2 of them. 2 players with 10,000 points, 3,000 rebounds, and 3,000. Are there 3 of them?
There's 3.
Okay, well, we'll get the third then. We'll do 3 answers.
You know who one of them is.
We know. Text line needs to answer. Let's see. Jeremy Brandt, you are incorrect. 1705, you have one of them. But Mike D, you are in. LeBron is one of them. One of the 3.
You know who it is.
LeBron James.
I know who it is.
Thundernut Collins, you're in with the second one. We have Jay's boy. Stricky, who's the second one?
Who's the third?
You want me to tell you? You want me to tell you?
There's two.
You want me to tell you all three?
There's three.
There's three of them.
I don't know who the third is.
I do.
It's three.
Okay.
You know who.
You guys have the text line pulled up. If you see it pop across the text line,
Axel Foley, you're wrong.
1, 2.
Cubsker off the text.
No, I don't see the third
one.
one.
Nope.
Is not Wilt. It is not Kobe.
Nope. Axon Jackson.
Not Magic.
That's the Magic Man. No, I'm surprised.
Did Jesse get it?
Nope.
No.
4884.
Nope.
No, man.
Nope.
We have Luka. We have LeBron. We're looking for the third player with 10,000 points, 3,000 rebounds, 3,000
Do you want me to tell
assists.
you who it is?
I want to see if the text line can get it first because this is news to me. I only saw two.
We all okay.
17.
We know it's Luka,
Not Bird.
and we know it's LeBron. Bron.
He said LeBron.
He said
No,
he
I
was trying to
didn't.
say LeBron. He was
He
trying
did.
to.
No,
he was
I
trying
didn't.
to.
No, I did.
He's
He
trying
said
to.
Lamar.
I said truth, man. Me and him. I'm Kendrick. He's Drake. So I'm not going at him no more. It's a truce, man. We made a truce at the Grammys, man.
Because you got your 5 Grammys, so you're good. For not being able to sing, 5 Grammys is a pull for you, Stricky.
No, man. Y'all don't know it,
He
man.
said the mailman. No, Clyde the Glide.
It's not a Cubsker. It's not Wilt, man.
Dave from Renew.
Action
Dave
Jackson
from Renew.
is not.
Dave from Renew. You're not even close, so therefore your steak dinner is nullified.
You see what OJCJ said? OJCJ said Strickisms bringing real life to help us and common folk understand the ins and outs of college sports, keeping it up, keep up the metaphors. That's what I do, man. I'm just gonna give it to you with an entendre or two. You see what I'm saying?
Straight. You got a hellified vocab.
Saying, man. You know,
Cubsker also
it's not
said,
Karl Malone. It's not Oscar Robertson.
But hey, your boy Big Hoss couldn't even spell bird right.
It is
not.
not.
No, it's not.
Axel
Duncan.
Foley is not Duncan.
Not
Man,
the
I
answer?
can't believe. Man,
Not
we
AI?
just let's give him the answer.
No,
man.
not yet. Before we say that though,
Y'all are off.
hey, listen,
Not Kobe. It's not Kevin.
Hold on, I want to give a shout
Big
out.
Kid.
Can I give a shout out real quick?
Shout out, my boy.
I want to give a shout out to Northeast basketball.
They balling right now.
They
Hack
ball.
champs,
Yeah,
baby.
the hack champs. And,
Yeah.
and it's not even about the hack champs. I'm gonna tell you this. That get back is a mug, though. I'm gonna tell you this. Once upon a time, a few players from Northeast played them same ones from North Star.
Got drugged.
Got drugged. They got sweet and got on the internet. At that point in time, a coach said them. And I remember the coach saying this as they were walking out of the old OSA building. We'd like to see them again after you got beat by 30 points. The little lady said, that coach don't know what he's talking about. Woo! That get back is a mug, though.
It's a mug.
Hey,
That thing hit different.
Hey, you know what?
It hit
Because
different.
if you stay down, 10 toes down,
Yeah,
it will come around.
that's a fact.
I'm telling you.
I was talking about that on an interview. And here's the thing, y'all are going in on this, and
said
it's
Shaq.
not even go who you think it's going to be. That's the crazy part about it. But here, I was talking to my boy up in Omaha. I went up and did an interview with him, Soul, DJ Soul. And so me and Soul was talking about when I got cut and what that feeling was like getting cut.
It's
And
real.
the people like Eric Musselman, I think I've told you the story about how those people, like he said, it's a real thing when you circle a date of when you're going to play somebody. It's a real thing.
It's
a real thing.
There's some years that went by.
Yeah.
There's some years that went by, and not have direct control of that, but just to see it. I knew it was going to happen, but then you wanted to go do it, happen to get that. So you just want to give a little prop.
You saw it here before we answer this question because y'all way off the block. Y'all way off the block.
Russell Westbrook.
Hey, but that's not
bad.
That's not bad. That's
Yeah.
not bad. No, but you saw that with the Huskers with Colorado.
Yeah.
Sure.
That get back is
That
for real,
man.
for real.
Yeah, that either the internet and stuff will get your heart broken.
Can we tell these folks what it
Axel
is?
Foley had one last guess of Dwayne Wade.
He had everybody that ever played.
He did. All right, give him the answer.
Except-
Give him the answer.
Man, it's Jokic, man. It's the Joker, man.
There it is.
The Joker, man.
There it is.
There was nobody who was gonna think,
Yeah.
and that's what's crazy. Like you sit back and you watch that man, and you don't even realize that what he's doing. First in this, first in that, first in that, first in. I mean, he's like you could go down his boxes, his plus minus, his war, his you first, and then you look up and you just like, God dang, I wouldn't have thought it was him. I would have thought. It's
He
crazy.
cold-blooded, man.
He cold, man. I can't fight him no more, man. I can't. I used to fight him.
He ruthless with it.
Yeah, I used to fight him. I didn't fight him as hard as I used to fight Joker. I didn't fight him as hard as I fought LeBron. I fought him hard. But no, he's great though.
I wish I knew LeBron. I wish I knew LeBron.
He's great. Listen, I can personally tell you
I heard he wants to
that
play
I
in Minnesota.
watched him with his inefficiencies where he had no jumper. I gotta say he developed and worked on his game. I can't fight him. I can't fight him on that. He's improved and became a better player. So I can appreciate that.
Well, LeBum/LeBron and Luka are now teammates. Let's talk about the trade that shook the NBA to kick off hour 2 of On the Block.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100 and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block.
Oh, welcome into hour 2 of the new On the Block. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman, and Eric Strickland. With you, Luka Doncic, no longer a member of the Dallas Mavericks. That news shook the NBA to its core late Saturday night. We'll get into that after we thank NEBCO for their sponsorship of the show. We mentioned they're hiring mechanics for constructors, as well as CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete. Apply today and start your career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. NEBCO and Ready Mixed Concrete offer great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Visit nebcoinc.com or readymixedconcrete.com to learn more. We got a question already on this, on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line at 402-464-5685. Cubsker has 3 questions for you, Stricky. We'll just take these in order. Number 1, probably the most important question. Why do you think the Mavs traded Luka Doncic for so little?
You got to come with it, Strick. You the
All right.
insider.
So here's the thing. This is multi-pronged, but I'll kind of take it
piece by piece.
Piece by piece.
What we do.
All right. So you've got to look at the course of his arrival and his departure. Got to the finals last year. There's some things that Woj said that you could absolutely say, where he said he was a travesty on the defense. He literally was the reason that this game, because he couldn't hold his own, so forth and so on.
Do we think Woj has like the shakes with this breaking news? Do you think he's kicking it, chilling, that he didn't have to worry about this?
Jay?
Woj, he probably, I think this is the biggest trade in sports history.
I can't.
And I think there's not
going back to even Kareem, and that wasn't even like
but
mutually
I'm talking about player for player.
Right.
This is
It is probably the biggest one. Yeah, I look at it from that standpoint. So I go back to it and I say, there's a lot of things internally that they saw from that last series that showed them that probably Luka, with injuries, continuous little injuries, he was injured during that period. It's the same calf. And I've come to know that calf, Achilles, lower extremity injuries come by way of carrying too much weight. Now, the difference between Luka, the old Luka and the now Luka, European basketball, they only play twice a week. So you're able to preserve a lot of, so you didn't have to be in the kind of shape that you have to be in to play in the NBA. So he now having to maintain that heavy load. And then when you go deep into the playoffs like you do, you don't have much off time. And he's a guy that likes to chill a little bit. Now, he's also looking at Jokic, at how Jokic's demeanor is. They cool. And how he can still be the best and probably don't put in the same LeBron type of work or Jordan type of work, but still the best. So in his mind, it's a little bit different at the center position, I think, at the guard position, to be honest. That's just my thing. So when you look at those things and you take those into account, new rules, aprons. You sign somebody for 5-year, $350, you stuck for life. So you have to weigh it out and say, is he the one that if we do this, we're going into tax haven, we're stuck, and we're betting that the long-term Luka's not going to be the Luka of his young days. That's what they're betting on. They're saying the window is now for them with Kyrie aging, but still can get loose. Your pick and roll is going to be buck wild because it's going to be Lob City with 3D effects of elements of the three, right? Because He can stretch. He can roll. You've got a center. He goes back to his normal position. He's in position for the defensive player of the year right now. And Kyrie locks up. Sneaky on the low key. A lot of y'all ain't getting this one. Max Christie was the best defender.
Jay's been on him.
He was the best defender on the Lakers team.
Yeah.
Low key, shady, and can play. So it isn't that he just didn't get the movement over there, but he can actually play. So you've got him, Grimes, PJ Washington. They're long as heck. Gafford, Lively, all of those guys. It's going to be. It's actually they've gotten extremely better on defense than they were beforehand. So when you look into all those elements, you say there's some internal stuff going on. They're taking a bet. They didn't want, because here's the other part, the last part. It's along that 350 range. Jay, you'll feel me on this one. They got an opportunity to look at what happened with Zion. They got an opportunity to look at what happened with Embiid. They saw injury type consistencies, and they're not getting their bang for their buck out of any of those guys right now.
Not even close.
Even though they're MVP level. Okay. You only become, in most instances, more of what you are when you have more of what on the paperwork side of things.
Yeah, especially when you got security.
There you go.
And control.
There you go.
And essentially.
And I think they didn't want that. Go ahead.
And I also think I wanted to ask you, do you think it's because also a big part of it with new ownership? Because Mark Cuban, I don't think
he's not the one that
he's
that
not
can pull
running
the trigger.
anymore.
No.
So Mark Cuban, this wouldn't have happened.
It wouldn't have happened with Mark. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's Strick is obviously right on point. I just wonder if you took the easy route out by saying Luka, Zion, and Embiid are the same. I think Luka's different.
I agree.
I think it's totally different. I think,
but 350 though, that's the weight.
But the 350 is just not tied to how he plays. 350 is tied to who he is. He's international. That's from a business perspective.
Yeah.
He puts butts in the stands.
Yeah.
And he would be for very long. Now,
are you buying into the conspiracy?
What's
Let me hit him with it.
What is it?
The new owners, Adelson's, not Adelman. For some reason, I have Adelman in my head. It's Adelson.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, have controlling interest now with Cuban selling.
Mm-hmm.
They made their money in the casino realm. They want to get a casino built in Texas. Texas isn't passing the laws. And next legislative session isn't until 27, after Luka would be due for this big old contract. So, tinfoil hat time. They want to tank the franchise and its popularity so they don't have to, A, build a new arena in Dallas or pay to upgrade it. They're casino people. They want the conspiracy
the lease
theories.
is over
they
at
want,
the end of this year, this decade.
Right. The conspiracy is, do they want to move the team to Vegas?
Wait, pause, stay there. I'm just going to add a little amendment on that.
Okay.
Or addendum to that. The other part is tanking ratings. Most best teams now are congregated towards the middle of the country. Coast ain't doing it like they were. Yeah. Not in Miami. New York is okay, but New York market not really.
You hear that, Rico? New York's just okay.
And West Coast, Golden State falling off.
Yeah.
Sacramento's fell off.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there. LeBron's on the way out the door. National, that appeal that they've always lived on is nowhere out there. So you do something like, because AD's not him. Not to do that. Not to do, but like you said, international, big market.
Yeah. Oh, for an NBA.
You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a deal.
Like they made Chris Paul stay in.
Yeah. You feeling me?
Yeah. I mean,
so it's
always
added on to what he said.
Yeah. There's always there. It's. I think, like we said, I think it's the ownership, two owners doing it, but I think Adam Silver signed off on it because you gotta everybody. The bottom line is the bottom line, and that's the product. And the passing of the torch, probably to Luka, kind of along the newer version of Magic. LeBron's on the way out the door, kind of like Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure LeBron likes they are
they
tight.
cool.
They real cool. So hopefully LeBron can kind of help him be more mature.
That's what you hope.
Yeah, and train or whatever.
That's what you hope.
And from what I'm reading here.
Whoa. Let's add on to that.
What's up?
What you just said, love it. Add on to that, legacy.
Yeah.
Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Kobe. You don't want to be the one where they looking at like
Baylor,
right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be the one where they looking at you like
Baylor,
you
LeBron
came out,
even. I mean,
right?
you want to be.
Yeah.
And right.
So you might need to step your game up. Get
J.R. Ryder. Well, yeah, I know what you're saying. I think it could work. From what I know. Right? I think
Swaggy P.
What they say is for Luka is he's motivated.
I think he is, especially now.
I'm just telling you what they say. I'm telling you, when you got a guy, when you have, I don't think Zion is motivated.
No,
I know Embiid is not motivated.
Facts.
If this dude is motivated,
trouble.
You in trouble. You can just put
close your mouth and your phone cat.
You can put 4 scrubs out there with him, and he's gonna get busy because he has something that
they don't.
That because he will find a way to get good enough defensively that he's not a liability. Same with LeBron did. He's not as much as a liability was as prior. I think it's just I do.
You just traded Luka Doncic.
I just can't believe you would dude. He's 25.
I can believe everything Strick is saying, right, about the team construction. But you just traded Luka Doncic, a 5-time first-team All-NBA player by age 25.
Here,
we didn't know he was going to be this good, but he was playing in La Liga for Barca freaking Lona. It's 17. Playing major minutes and starring, won MVP of that league. It's 17 years old.
Twice.
Hey,
Twice. And you traded him away for Anthony Davis.
For peanuts on the dollar.
I can get if you're banking on the long term that maybe Luka's going to fall apart, and maybe we come back in 5 years and say, oh, yeah, he broke down. He's not able to stay healthy. He didn't show that commitment. And if that's the case, I will eat every word of what I'm about to say. But Nico Harrison right now looks like the dumbest man on the face of the planet. It looks like he just wanted his buddies, right? He knows AD. There's a relationship going back there. Now we got Kyrie to Dallas as well. It seems like Nico Harrison is doing this to make himself comfortable, but it makes him look like he has no idea what he's doing. He thinks he's bigger than the franchise is what it looks like from this end of things. He better be right. Otherwise, this is a lasting, eternal legacy and honestly a stain on the entire Mavericks organization.
Yeah, he better be right.
Because you traded 25-year-old Luka Doncic.
And it's got to happen within the next 3 years.
And also the Dallas Mavericks, at least when Cuban was controlling, they were kind of like the creme de la creme of organizations where you had an ownership or owner at him that had some sort of connection with the players.
I got pushed back on that.
No, I'm talking about.
You're right,
I'm talking about recent. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking.
No, not even me. I'm talking about
recent.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, well then I take a step back. I
think you're right.
I'm just saying from outside the perception, Mark Cuban seemed like one of the better.
He is.
In the NBA, and so that was appealing.
You're
to
not wrong.
Players, and it potentially almost got LeBron to go there with Kyrie. That's what they was kind of trying to do that too.
You're right. Go ahead.
Then also, you want to know what the worst part of the trade is? And this is where I do have some
pause before you get to the worst part. Let me tell you because I don't want to go past that part. Now I missed.
We need to coin that pause though.
What
we do?
No, but real talk.
Yeah.
Just like GMs, they have what they call a voice genesis. So if things circulate amongst the GM crew, something happens, they know, right? Same thing happens amongst coaches. Same thing happens amongst players, right? When they did what they did against Steve, that hurt them.
Dallas.
When Dallas did not take care of Steve, and he goes over to Phoenix and becomes a two-time MVP.
Yep, I do remember that.
That hurt. Then you win a championship in 2011. You don't keep the squad.
That's right. I do.
You send Chandler up to New York. You don't take care of him. You don't take care of the ones that got you there.
Kind of like Denver.
Okay.
Let go Jeff Green
in some way,
Brown,
right? In some way. So that kills you because you remember when they wanted DeAndre Jordan.
That's right.
DeAndre Jordan wouldn't take their calls because the voice genesis, Chandler and Jordan,
and the same type
chopping
of player
it up.
Too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
so
you know what?
So that's why I'm
you're
saying
100% right.
It's a little bit of balance.
Then you come and do this, so you might just say, "Hey, dumb circumstances," but it seems like there's one common denominator. I will say that here's what the worst part is
of the trade.
Okay, and this is from a player's perspective, and I know this all too well. This is how I know this dude going to be out for vengeance. I know this for a fact, and it's something very small. And for me personally, in the offseason, when I was after 4 years in Buffalo, I became invested in the, it's just like Lincoln. I got this letter from Jerry Gray out of nowhere, and I just got tendered or whatever. And it was like a riddle. Strick, you would have probably solved it. He's like, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to be a great player. Look forward to seeing you soon. So it's like, you're doing great. You ain't here. I'll see you soon. Well, push came to shove. They signed another linebacker. I'm up for a new I'm already on contract, but it's kind of like they sign you to that, then you go somewhere. I go back there, and I called the coach and the GM. I called Greg, who I didn't get to talk to because he had a family issue, but I talked to Tom Donahoe and the assistant GM. I said, listen, I understand the business. I'm not making a whole bunch of money. If you're going to get rid of or trade me, I'll come in. I'm not going to cause waves. I'll work out and do whatever, and we'll work together. But I don't want to sign another lease because then, you're scared of last month's rent. I'm moving all the way back up there, getting stuff out of this. No, we got you. You're in our plans. Eddie's coming. He's going to be a situational player. Then eventually you'll take over. Cool. Get up there.
Psych.
Get the Buffalo. Agent calls me. You might be on the move. So the fact that Luka Doncic just bought that $15 million house, it just closed on a couple days before, he's pissed off.
Oh yeah,
and it's a different one because it's a principality with him, and you could tell by what his dad said. Now it wasn't English, but they had the translator up there when when it's about principle, it hits different.
It hits different.
You can understand the business side because basketball wise, you can't convince him that he's not one of the best because that's already that.
It's already
he's been the odds on MVP favorite like 2 of the last 5 years.
Right. And then business wise, he probably understands the business because other guys have left, because the business. But the principle wise, you dog your player. And I was nowhere near the star power of Luka. But I understand when you sit there and the dude straight up lies to you because I feel like if you traded me, like when I got traded on Wednesday, you knew on Friday before I was coming. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, Jay.
You get what I'm saying?
They sent me. This is why I understand what you just said. They sent me into a draft party for the Mavs. I had already talked to Don Nelson, Big Don.
Mm-hmm.
I had already had a great conversation with him. I'm a part of we did a it was me, Nash, Finley, and I want to say one other person. We did a commercial with some Bulldogs, and I was in the commercial. So that was like,
you in there. Yeah, you
right?
You in there.
So we had just done that. They sent me in there, bro. And the next thing I know, my cell phone rings. It's my agent. He says, get out of there right now because you're about to be traded. They're sitting there talking to me. It's draft day.
Right up there on the stage.
Asking me about the drafts and what we going. And the next thing you know, they like, your name's about to get out of there.
Yeah.
It hit different. You right.
It does, man. It makes you hate it. And I always say it's the worst mistake I ever did was where I talked to Tom Donahoe. I talked to that dude like he was like I know I was crazy because I was walking up on him. Now, in the big scheme of things, first and last month rent is that big a deal because Houston paid for my travel costs and everything. They probably like, hey, this dude crazy. You got a couple $1,000s for it or whatever. But I do understand it with Luka. And to go to where LeBron's at, somebody that you respect is going to be, and same with JJ Redick, he's going to respect him from a basketball mind. And the Lakers have to, as much as Dallas messed it up, Rob Pelinka, it has to work.
It has to work for him too.
And so everybody's invested.
Yeah, everybody's invested. And they better figure it out because I think, okay, pause. Let me ask you this question. Who's going to have the most growing pains in the most immediate of this change? Is it going to be the Lakers or is it going to be Dallas? Who's going to be able to adjust the quickest?
I don't know. The Lakers don't have a center. The Lakers don't have a center. They
I
need
agree
to
with
go
Jay.
get one. Honestly, though, it wouldn't shock me if it's the Lakers. I mean, yeah, they don't have a center, but I'm not buying Dallas's spacing right now. I think it's going to be some really clunky offense. Really? I know they don't have a takeover guy. That's a lot of length. I wonder if Dallas is going to run into some of the same problems Nebraska ball. is running into in terms of spacing and consistency beyond the arc. Kyrie can get busy. The pick and roll is going to be fun. That's a lot of length, and they're going to be really good defensively. But I think there's enough creativity, and it'll be good for both Luka and LeBron, I think, to shift off the ball a little bit more at times. I think Luka has some pretty good experience going, not really your turn, my turn, but operating with Kyrie. LeBron's maybe a little bit different than that. So I think there's going to be growing pains for both, but it wouldn't shock me if Dallas, takes a little bit longer to figure it out rather than the Lakers.
402-464-5685. Get on there and let me know what you think and who's going to be the one that have the slowest of the transitions, whether it be Dallas or the Lakers. Go ahead, Jay.
I think the Lakers have an easier, maybe I'm thinking Austin kind of convinced me. I think you just, with Luka, Bron, Connect Four, Austin Reeves, Jackson Hayes, you can kind of just go, we can go kind of like the 2.0 or 4.0 version of Showtime. Get it up and down the court and kind of be exciting. You probably won't.
That's not Luka's style.
I think you just got too many ball dominant guys. Reeves, that's for effectiveness needs to have the ball.
Right.
For his effectiveness.
Right.
LeBron, same.
Yeah.
Luka, same. Figuring
so
out
like
a style.
Gonna be like Phoenix.
Sure. I think it's gonna be tough because you're gonna have to try to figure out how to get all of the, and then defensively, what's going to be your body language when it comes down to trying to lock somebody up? Who's going to be the guy that takes that initiative? Reeves can't do it.
No.
Connect can't do it.
No.
You got rid of Hachimura, didn't they?
No.
Oh, he hasn't gone yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I know they were talking about possibly.
Yeah,
it's very possible.
Yeah.
He may. So
they got rid of
Christie's gone. One of your other
and then
better
guy,
defenders.
The other guy too was a Gildy or whatever going to Utah.
Yeah, it's Hood-Schifino.
Yeah. So I mean,
those are their defensive
I just
guys.
think aesthetically, they'll go out there and play like all-star type of basketball.
Okay.
They won't win anything. I think for what Dallas is saying that they want to do, it's going to be harder for them.
I think I have two last things to bring up here really quickly. Number one is that you can tell, I think, where the Lakers' focus is that they go get a generational type of player in Luka, maybe for this year, but I think this is a sign that they're really building for the future, right? They have their contingency plan once LeBron leaves or retires. So anything they do this year is gravy.
Yeah.
But then it's about the next 5 years. And you can tell part of that because LeBron found out about this at dinner with his family, right? We talk about all the jokes. LeBron GM.
He might be next.
We'll talk about that next segment as well.
He might.
Let's also bring up just how rare it is that nothing leaked. I mean,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison and Pelinka had an extended relationship from their time together at Nike. They know each other. But for the Lakers and Mavs to be really the only two teams that seriously talked, rumors had it Dallas reached out to one other team, but not a single agent leaked this. Neither Pelinka or Harrison said anything about it. And this is a trade that, like I said, shook the NBA, might be the biggest trade in NBA history right now.
Sports history.
Maybe in sports history. The fact that we didn't know about this until 11:15 Central on a Saturday is incredibly impressive, no matter how you grade the deal itself.
Well said, Austin. Well said. I mean, shoot, there's not much to add on that.
That's phenomenal. I mean, straight up.
With as much, we have leaks everywhere in government. We have leaks on records, on emails, people's Instagrams getting hacked. We got all kinds of stuff. We didn't hear nothing about this. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think it's the biggest trade in sports history.
There's really not a parallel right now.
There's nothing you can really.
The only other big trade, which I actually was indirectly involved in, was when the Vikings traded everything besides the last piece of toilet paper for Herschel Walker. and it set up the Dallas Cowboys for their magical run. They gave them draft picks and viable players. But the Vikings got Herschel Walker. But Herschel Walker was a big name, but he wasn't in his prime.
Not the same.
Because he already played in the USFL. But he's a huge name.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of. Like Shaq wanted to get out of Orlando and all the other ones.
The name that comes to mind for me is Juan Soto, but he's been traded 2 times already and then just signed as a free agent. But Soto also won a championship, and baseball trades and basketball trades are so different. I don't think that even works.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's very rare when you have that kind of trade with those two high level of. I mean, they're both top 75 guys. That's rare, very rare, especially in season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when Houston traded for Drexler and stuff like that, there's always packages involved.
Mm-hmm.
One team's going to want something back, whether it be drafts or, a package, similar to what Brooklyn did, when they did with Phoenix, they got those young players thinking that they could be the ones to build off for getting Kate. There's usually something like that. It's never a 1-to-1. This is a 1-to-1 with only one. Like, they had 2 first-rounders. If I'm them, I'm shooting for the 2. I need both of them, my boy.
Give me the 2031. I mean, Rudy Gobert got traded for 4 first-round picks.
Yeah, I would have went for the 2.
The French connection.
But that's the homeboy hookup. That's what it seems like to me.
Because that's what it is.
That's what it seems like to me, the homeboy hookup.
The Eiffel Tower ain't doing nothing.
Stifle Tower.
He ain't doing nothing.
Not a thing. We thought it was going to be a quiet deadline. Not anymore. What else could be in the works? We know about the De'Aaron Fox trade. We'll break that down for all 3 teams. Is Jimmy Butler on the move, or is he going to keep vetoing trades? Is LeBron next? Do the Warriors want Giannis? Is Kevin Durant on the move again? Plenty more to talk about when we get back to On the Block.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through February 11th is $2 off burgers, limit of 2, 20% off sauces and spices, and 5 pounds of 75/25 ground beef for $20, limit of 2 while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
What's your radon level at home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. 467-1111 for radon testing and mitigation.
Now back to On the Block on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Trade wheels may keep spinning in the NBA with the trade deadline looming on Thursday. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman, Eric Strickland with you here during On the Block. Let's just broach that first topic. Could LeBron James be on the move? A lot of talk this summer about LeBron maybe heading up to the Bay Area to unite for the first time in NBA play with Olympic teammate Steph Curry. Jay, since that's your boy, what do you think? Could that happen? Will that happen? Or is that just a crazy thought?
Probably not. I think it's more at the end of the season. I think the Lakers are trying to push for that 5 slot. And I'm sure LeBron wants to make sure Bronny gets the best chance to get some reps. Nepotism in full effect. But I think this offseason, I think he's gone. And if he ever plays, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if there's anywhere he's going to get traded to, I'd figure it would be Golden State. He'd fit right in with Curry. He'd fit right in with Steve Kerr. He could probably load manage per se because, I'm sure, but I'm going to tell you what, who would Golden State trade? Wiggins?
Oh, yeah. Wiggins has to be gone with that money.
They're going to it'll probably be Wiggins, Peyton the second, Louvie, and Jonathan Kuminga with 2 first rounds. That's what they could offer.
Woo.
Golden State could acquire James, and of course, guess who's going with him?
Bronny.
And Cam Reddish.
Oh, yeah. Cam fam. Let's go.
So that's probably what it would look
like.
Would you rather have LeBron or Jimmy Butler? Well, Jimmy said he ain't going.
Could Jimmy Butler
go to
be
LA?
Flipped for Anthony Davis? Is that why the Mavs got AD?
That would be the
trade him to Miami.
That would be the dumbest move.
I would never sign
ever,
Jimmy Butler anywhere.
Ever if I was Dallas. That would be one. He's gonna want to max out.
You don't want to do that.
You've already know that AD's got at least his contract for what I think he's got 3 more left, 2 or 3. So at least you know that it's locked. So I listen. LeBron's not going anywhere where they don't have a chance at least to sniff playoff run or deeper. He's not going to do it. So I don't see what people would speculate. I don't see LeBron to San Antonio because it just you want to build that young group with what they're working with.
San Antonio was garbage too.
Too young. Well, but if he gets there, they're there. They're like there for the Western Coast Conference to get in.
Yeah, they can make up.
They can make up a lot with someone like LeBron, but I don't think they would do it. The other one that would be one of interest is people are talking going back to Cleveland. I don't think they mess up their chemistry.
LeBron in Cleveland, if you just
I don't think they do it. I don't think they mess up their. I don't think they mess up their chemistry.
Him and Spider,
and
just give up one of the big dudes. Oh yeah, Bron NBA championship again.
I wouldn't do it.
I'm back.
You're see, that's the thing.
Because he got the Celtics heart.
I wouldn't do it. Not because I don't like him. I'm just saying, you look what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
With what you got, I would not mess up the chemistry. Neither would I do it in OKC. I would not do it in anywhere where we've got a good chemistry.
I'd wait till the offseason.
I would let them play themselves off. If I'm the Lakers, I would let them play themselves off. So then I can evaluate who I need to stay. The best trade value right now for the Lakers is probably Austin Reeves. If you're going to move somebody else.
Kind of wild to say, but you're not wrong.
It's kind of wild to say, but that's the best move if you're trying to get something, back over there. I personally think Austin's going to struggle with that group.
Hey, now, don't underrate me.
Yeah.
I can hoop.
Yeah, your J is broke.
Ain't that dang why? I mean, you're already wearing a cap, right? I gave you mine to talk about here. Let's talk about Golden State for a second. There are rumors that they have reached back out to Kevin Durant's camp, that they're interested in Giannis, and they're also interested in Paul George, who they tried to trade for this summer, except that the Clippers didn't want to give him to a division rival.
You know what
Any
I do
of
with
those
that?
3 players
What I do
work
with
for
that?
Golden State.
Paul George?
Paul George.
Send the Montgomery crew.
This dude crazy, man.
Send the Montgomery crew. Paul George? I negative.
Yeah, Paul George.
Negative. I would not, man. Fully OG if they pull that one off, Jay.
Yeah, you better off with Durant.
Right.
Paul George.
I think maybe Durant. Twerk with Durant one more time. I say go get it one more time.
If you're Phoenix, do you really trade KD?
I mean,
you're not moving Beal because he's not waiving that no trade.
Can't.
He's not waiving that no trade clause.
He ain't going nowhere. Bill ain't
Bradley
going nowhere.
Beal might be.
Booker's a mover.
You don't like him in Golden State?
I think Beal's redundant. I think he's a good player. I just think he's redundant right now.
Yeah.
KD needs to go to the Lakers.
Oh my Lord!
You need to trade the KD. Yeah, KD.
Nah.
I trade KD.
Jay.
Why?
What?
We can't even tell him he's talking crazy after they just traded for Luka.
The basketballs are going to look like this.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to go star power.
Everybody's going to be trying to find that thing. It's going to be hidden somewhere.
I'm trying to win 150 to 149. KD, Luka, Bron, and Connect Four.
150 to 149.
We ain't playing no. Hey,
no,
you want excitement? you right? You want excitement?
32nd in defensive rating, and number one in the
defense is optional. Trading twos for threes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. 3994 says Paul George, LOL. John and Cortland, the Suns are about to set. Thunder not Collins. Watch the Lakers fall back in the standings and face the Mavs in Dallas for the play-in. This is the chaos that I want. There's got to be another move, right? We can't just be done.
No, it's not.
Right.
But where does Austin Reeves go, though?
He's sticking around for now. I mean, come on. You need a connective piece. You need a lower usage
I like
guy.
Austin Reeves.
I don't have a problem with him.
Here's why I like Austin Reeves. You want to know why I like him?
Why?
Because he a savage.
That's so.
He ain't backing down from nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I do too. I actually like him.
I'm just
saying it's tough.
I think opposite of Strick. I think he might free up. I think you might see the Austin Reeves free that got him paid.
Okay.
Where there's a little bit more space. He can show you his athletic ability with Connect Four. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Especially if Luka and LeBron.
We'll
but it won't be instant. But I think Austin Reeves, because I think Austin Reeves, when Luka and LeBron, especially with Luka still being hurt, I think Austin Reeves can morph into that lead dog in that second or third group.
Stricky, I'm going to throw your own question to you. In the next 5 years, who's the best team in California?
You know what? That was for you, my boy.
I want your thoughts.
No,
I
man.
want your thoughts.
You gonna try to throw your stuff back at me? Man, you know what? I Spider-Man that and I pointed to Jay.
This dude Strick is out of control, man.
I'm Spider-Man at the J, man. You know the Spider-Man means.
It's the Lake Show.
I think it's a Lake Show too, man. I knew he was going to say what I was going to say.
I think the Clippers are the Clippers. I don't know what's up with the Clippers, man.
James Harden.
Kawhi's not playing bad.
James likes to be
Powell.
in the spot. James.
it's just.
Bro, have you seen what some of these cats are wearing the games nowadays, my boy?
Football, NFL or basketball?
Boy, it's all of it. It's all. I don't know what's going on.
I don't understand
right
it.
Man.
Man.
I don't get
it. My whole thing is this what I want to
I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to get off topic, but I just hit me.
Here's what I want to. What are you doing with them clothes afterward? Are you just borrowing them and then you give them back? Because you can't wear it more than once, right?
Bro, when I saw your boy Debo Samuels walking out, Strong like he was on Boomerang.
Then the bad part is they had the two dots on the back of his back. He's a suspect. Suspect.
Hey, what we say around here? Shaky.
He was shaky.
And then I saw Miles Turner walk. I said, bro, you walking like you got, you know what I'm saying, Halle Berry.
He got molasses in his tank.
Boy, a little something, sugar.
But I want back to. But when I look at the Clippers, though, you got Zubac, Harden, Kawhi,
and
Powell.
No show Kawhi.
He's been playing fine since he got back.
I don't.
That's a guy. Kawhi. Okay, I think that's a guy that's motivated.
Awesome. Yeah, he cut his hair off.
I do. I do think Kawhi wants to play.
If I could do it, you know what I would do to you right now? Pause. Look.
No, you did. Why you doing Kawhi?
That laugh is hilarious. Bro, we need to get that laugh in here. So whenever you say something foolish, Austin, we play that on you.
We'll never play it, so I don't even need to record it.
We do need it.
I do think the Lakers would be the best team.
I do too.
Because I think Luka has more staying power than anybody that's in this competition. Right?
Okay, so let's flip that question around. Which California team of the other three, Clippers, Warriors, or Kings, is in the most trouble in the next 5 years?
Kings.
Really?
Kings.
No, the Warriors.
In the next 5 because
next 5.
Steph gone.
Yeah, Warriors.
So Warriors, because they got to trade
Kings
away
are
all
close,
their assets.
though.
Warriors, yeah.
You got a bonus, and that's it.
I mean, Levine gets a bad rap. I think he's
He's not bad.
He's good. Malik
not
Monk
bad.
is interesting. They're not going to be good. They're going to be mid. I think the Warriors are going to be a train wreck. They tried their 2 timelines plan, didn't just pick a lane and go all in on Steph. They haven't yet. Maybe that's what they do at this trade deadline. But they also didn't ship Steph out. And you can't just ship him out if he doesn't want to. I mean, I guess you can look at Luka. But, I mean, Steph still is, I think, the better player historically. Luka
He's
might
going to get
pass him,
tired.
but Steph's going to get tired.
He's going to get tired. Either somebody's got to come to him or he's going to have to go somewhere else because he's going to get tired of doing what he's doing right now.
Yep, it's not sustainable, I don't think, for Golden State. They don't have many picks right now, not many good picks at the very least. And people won't want to go there when Steph's gone. I mean, you talked, Strick, about all the Mavs missteps with their big name players before. Let's not forget how big of a joke the Warriors were for the longest time until they re-legitimized themselves a little bit with TMC, that bad era. Then they get Steph again. And now they're fun, they're dynastic and whatnot. Let's not forget how long the Warriors have been a poorly run organization.
That's a
People
fact.
don't forget that.
And
Jay,
Bob Myers left too.
Yeah.
Let me throw this out to you real quick before we go to break. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you're ready? We never know what's coming next.
Come October. No, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Come first? Come the 15th of this month.
Yeah.
Okay. Next week.
Yeah.
Is it next week? Yeah.
2 weeks from now.
2
week
weeks.
and a half.
Week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
AD's gonna look at that check. And he's frowning now, but he's gonna look and say,
"Oh, going outside.
Wait a minute!
Yeah.
What happened? I can do a little more tricking this week."
Yeah.
Jay had that from Buffalo to Houston.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Hey man.
Jay, that thing hit different. Luka gonna be like 350 to
Where'd
this?
it go?
What happened?
And here's why Luka hates the Mavericks. You cost me $116 million. You did me like John Morant when John Morant got in trouble.
That's going to be interesting, though, because Luka can just sign the 3-year extension and then
get
that big paper at year 10.
But still,
you want it now.
Right.
I mean, it's
right.
Yeah, Anthony Davis is going to be all right.
Anthony gonna look at that check in a couple weeks and be like, hey.
No,
he gonna be singing like
what's
Ray
he
J.
buying? What's he buying?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He gonna be singing Ray J.
Well, plus, if he sells a house out in LA and moves to
take Luka's house,
he gonna be able to buy it with cash.
Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be able to furnish it because it's gonna be so big down in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? You go from a Cracker Jack box to a shoe box.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's serious. I mean, there's a lot of advantages of playing in Texas. You got to make sure you win, though.
Yeah, you got to bring it.
We'll see if they do.
There it is.
We'll take a break. Come back. Wrap up On the Block right after this.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy. Falling temperatures throughout the day, a high near 41. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, below near 20. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and a light breeze, a high near 35. our meteorologist, Kyle Fleck, for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
February is American Heart Month, the perfect time to focus on your health. Even a small change can make a big impact on your heart health. Try adding a vegetable to your dinner or a no-salt seasoning. Looking for support in making these small changes? Join a healthy living program to learn about healthy lifestyle changes with a supportive and encouraging group. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska for more information. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
What's your radon level at home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. 467-1111 for radon testing and mitigation.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Allo Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back one final time here during On the Block, brought to you by Nebco. This segment sponsored by League One Volleyball. Their inaugural season is underway. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national team players, and national champions play at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena with Love Volleyball Omaha. Their season runs through April, but get your single match tickets today for upcoming games at lovboma.com. That's lovboma.com. A little bit of breaking news out of Major League Baseball, gentlemen. Now, there's a little underrated baseball IQ and knowledge in here. Major League Baseball just fired one of its best umpires, a guy by the name of Pat Hoberg, because he was involved in betting.
Oh, my gosh.
They did not find any evidence that he actually did the betting, but he shared an account with one of his friends who was betting on baseball. So, after appeal, decision is upheld. Pat Hoberg fired from Major League Baseball.
That's
cold.
That's gotta hurt, because I know them checks be lovely.
And his buddies,
Woo.
the other umps, is no different than the Terry Rozier.
Ooh,
in the NBA.
Ooh,
which they said stretches all the way to college, right?
The three programs that seem like they are involved in college are some doozies: North Carolina, A&T,
your boys;
Mississippi, Valley State, and Michigan, Eastern.
I was hanging on a cliffhanger. Awesome.
Like, wait a minute, do we got some more Connor Stallions?
Yeah.
No, we did not.
Yeah, it's tough, man. The umps, that look from the NBA ref what was this dude's name?
Donahue.
Donahue.
Tim Donahue.
And then with the one ref, Joey Crawford, who
Stricky's boy
would personally take personal calls and dictate the outcome of the game against Allen Iverson. I'm sure it happens all the time because everybody's human. But then when you're actually betting on the game and doing your job to predict the outcome, it's probably good when when it's going good, but then you're obviously greedy and you're gonna get busted, man. It sucks because it just sheds a bad light on the 99.9% of the guys that do it the right way.
So, according to the article from ESPN, Major League Baseball's statement was it fired Hoberg for failing to uphold the integrity of the game, and that he should have known that his friend that he shared the account with, a professional poker player, had bet on baseball from the shared account. So, again, no known direct involvement from Pat Hoberg. He can reapply for reinstatement by spring training in 2026, but that's a whole year away from the game. Is that long enough for an umpire, for an official to get rusty? Do you think he's going to be able to call some games to stay up on his skills? How do you think that works?
Man, he just need to do youth baseball. You see every time type of pitch that it's possible. If you want to fast track yourself to the NBA, go out here and ref some AAU games.
Hey,
straight up. I don't know if it's an honest mistake. You'd like to see him get a second chance. I think the fact that there's such direct connection, maybe another year off. It's no different with the who was the receiver that's with Jacksonville now.
Ridley.
Yeah, with Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, we've seen numerous NFL
Jameson
players.
Williams.
Yeah, it just kind of
Isaiah Rodgers.
Yeah,
Eagles cornerback.
Yep. And then you had the big defensive lineman for Tennessee, where it's like you can bet in certain parts of the state. I'm confused by anything like that. And a couple of them were with Denver when Sean Payton first took over. You have to have a whole class on it. So I think when you have an ump, and plus with the replay, and they also have like digital AI where you can really track where the pitches are. If you're not on your game and you got a professional poker player as your buddy, probably doesn't bode too well.
Yeah.
This will not shock anyone. Hoberg lives in Iowa. How about that?
Hey man, it must be something going on up there. From the Iowa football player, Iowa State.
Euless. Your boy.
Well, let's not forget Hunter Deckers, Iowa State's former quarterback that got busted for that stuff, went down to Iowa Western, played JUCO ball, and then I think he got a Senior Bowl invite.
Yeah.
People still like him. They still like the arm, even though he's been playing JUCO the last few years. All because he got busted for the gambling stuff.
Which kind of went away, right? Euless is playing.
Yeah.
And then the one dude, Woods, he didn't even lose. He played.
Yeah.
For Iowa.
Right through it.
Yeah. Kirk Ferentz is like, oh, that ain't no big deal. He ain't starting for us. But you'll see him on.
He won me some money, so he's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kirk Ferentz said he ain't a starter for us, so we ain't really
worried about it.
Dude was out there the first series. After the first couple plays, he was in there. The starter said like this, he'd be in there.
Yeah.
Iowa, man.
You see, that's your boys. Them damn Hawkeyes.
Man, you can't trust them.
Nasty.
You can't trust them.
Who did lose Owen Freeman for the year? Surgery on the right finger. So he's done. Their leading scorer.
Do we play him again?
We do. Senior day. Senior day in Lincoln. Early March.
Like it. We'll be there.
We will be there.
That's right.
We will also be here 3 to 5 tomorrow.
We missed
3 to 4 tomorrow.
Boy, shout out to the Kindler.
Wednesday, Thursday,
I just want to
Friday.
give love to the Kindler because, whenever Stricky has them long nights like we did on last Thursday, just go right down to the Kindler, man. Have a nice little meal, good little cocktail, and get a good night's sleep. Shout out to the Kindler. Hey,
Just down
okay.
the block.
Hey, man.
Hey.
We missed post game last night, and it wasn't our fault. Man, it would have been a good
We hopped on. 77-71. If you missed our reaction, our recap, make sure you check out the podcast. We're out of here. Old school next.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through February 11th is $2 off burgers, limit of 2, 20% off sauces and spices, and 5 pounds of 75/25 ground beef for $20, limit of 2 while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer